conflict to them is sometimes a win-lose, or I'm right, you're wrong. How do we get past this piece?
Yeah, one of the things I'm a marriage coach, and one of the things I tell my clients all the time is the purpose of communication is understanding, not agreements. So when we approach conversations thinking there's got to be a solution or there's got to be a winner, somebody's got to be right, someone's got to be wrong, we've already lost. But when we come into these conversations with the sole goal of help me understand you better, then there doesn't need to be a winner. So even if I don't get, quote, my way, if I learned something about, let's say in this example, I learned something about my spouse, I learned that something that I'm doing is triggering him, or I've learned maybe he's really tied into this value that I didn't realize was so important to him, then in that regard, then conflict has helped me to grow as a person. So it's not about, did I get my way? Did I come out on top? It's not about that at all. It's about learning how to understand your partner or whoever it is that you're in connection with better.
It seems like it starts a lot with our values. Like, I think a lot of people value peace, they value harmony, they value coherence. They want to have happiness, and
Mhm.
they want that. They feel like they're spiritually connected. I mean, there's some values here. So it's kind of a values conflict when we're in this conflict piece. Does that make sense? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's really what we believe. You mentioned earlier it's about these perceptions that we believe. So, yes, our values are important, but then it's also sometimes we're just believing things that are not true. And when those things collide, that's when conflict can rear. So, case in point, for example, my husband and I got married super young and we grew up very, very differently. My husband grew up in a home where it was like Christmas every day. He just had all the name brands, all the newest, best, greatest things. We both grew up largely with single moms for a big portion of our childhood. But my mom was a school teacher raising three girls on our own. So I didn't have the latest, greatest, nicest of things. I grew up very frugal. I grew up, quite honestly with a scarcity mentality. So when we got married, you can imagine the conflicts that arose when we would have Christmas with our children. It would cause me great, you talked about anxiety. It caused me great anxiety because my husband wanted to like shower them with every toy in the toy department. And I was like, they don't need all that. They don't need all that because I was very frugal. And so what we had to learn is that we're both right. It's not like I need to make him like me or he needs to make me like him, but how can we understand each other better? And then what lies do we need to dismantle so that we stop going to war with one another about who we are?